wish I took it to 10.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Underdog Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Nolan Skeen, alongside Antonio Fiore, Salestrina. Gentlemen, how are we doing?
What if I said bad?
I mean, I guess I would just ask you why it's bad.
No, I'm not. But like,
would we have to talk about that on the podcast though?
It turns into just like a
Sal's therapy.
therapist
it's
moment.
Dr. Phil.
Yeah. Sal lays on Antonio's lap and we just talk about his feelings for now.
Nolan,
I rub his head.
jotting down everything.
Yeah, I have like a notebook. I like have reading glasses.
I'm good.
So how do you feel?
I'm great right now.
All right.
I'm ready to talk about some basketball, some baseball, some
Basketball, baseball,
miscellaneous.
some of the stuff that we've missed
miss a
over
lot
the past few weeks,
Yeah.
I'd say, and like things are ramping up now recently. So
So the
where should we start?
LA's the new retirement home for
Yeah.
senior
Yeah, it is.
senior citizens.
And here's the thing, though: as much as I want to make fun of that, they're gonna be so good.
Do you know how? All right, like really.
They're not winning the championship though. No shot they win the championship.
I don't know, but
not with Russell Westbrook.
Do you know how set up it is for them to play the Nets in the finals? Like, how is it any other matchup?
It was set up last year, though.
Okay, but now it's like Westbrook versus KD, LeBron versus Kyrie, the Nets, the Lakers.
I feel like it's almost too perfect, though.
I don't know. All right, so let's go. All right, let's
Harden
go through who they got. They got Westbrook. They got they literally got rid of their whole team. Malik Monk, Carmelo Anthony, Wayne Ellington. They re-signed Taylor Horton-Tucker. They got back Dwight.
Yeah, and that's I like bringing Dwight back too.
I
Because
think,
he played. He and Davis did really well together when they played in the playoffs.
I think the moves they made are good, but I don't know how this team made sense on the court.
Oh come
together.
on! You know I hate the Westbrook trade.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you definitely do.
Yeah.
Well,
You're
I'm
not the
earlier-
biggest Westbrook guy.
Huh?
You're not the biggest Westbrook guy.
Yeah, F that. Earlier in the day, I'm looking at. I'm getting. It was trade deadline with MLB. It was a crazy game. It was a crazy day for trades in sports. And I got a notification. Lakers closing in to trade Kuzma for Buddy Hield. I was like, let's go. That's awesome. And then hours later, I'm like, it says Kuzma is traded for Westbrook. And I'm like, what the hell happened to Buddy Hield?
So would you rather have Hield or Westbrook? You'd rather have Hield?
Well, if LeBron is primary ball handler, I would rather have Hield.
Well, he's a primary ball handler on every team he's ever been on his whole
Exactly.
career.
So, and that's a shooter that they need. Buddy
The
Hield
dynamic is going to be very
good.
interesting.
It is.
Did you see that video on Twitter? It was like Westbrook and LeBron when both of them need a rebound for a triple-double. And it's them just like wrestling. It's two guys just wrestling in the street.
If Westbrook doesn't change a little bit his style of play, they have no chance of winning.
Because we know LeBron's not changing. It's got to be Westbrook that changes.
Oh, he better. Or
It's not like Westbrook comes in and is like, yeah, like I'm the king. You know
he
what I
better
mean?
be taking less jump shots. But my thing is that if they're both on the floor at the same time, and LeBron has the ball most of the possession, what good is Westbrook being there?
Or does LeBron want to take a little bit
To
of a
throw an
step
alley-oop
back?
to him? That's what I mean. Maybe that's what it is.
Is this
And
LeBron's way of load management?
I start to think about how is Westbrook going to work with a guy like Anthony Davis, a big.
So
Probably pretty good.
Maybe it's just to get him through the regular season because like Russell Westbrook is a great regular season player.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but he is. The way he plays is just not.
You don't take him off the court in the last 5 minutes though. Like in a playoff game, that's like what you might have to do though. Like it might be like
There's definitely gonna have to be some ego checking going on. We all know Carmelo can buy in because he did that in Portland.
That is
so stinky. I think that's so stinky.
me too. What, dude? He's going to be the biggest liability on defense. An absolute.
Did anyone watch him
insane
against
liability.
Denver in the playoffs last year? People were blowing by him on the wing, like, and then he would get the ball on offense and not know what to do. It's like, what good are you out here right now? I mean, like playing with his friend LeBron, obviously, like, I guess like they'll have good chemistry, whatever.
He better get like.
The only
10
thing
minutes a game.
Him going there might be like the thing where it's like, okay, this is my last ride. This is my last chance to get a ring. LeBron, help me.
The only thing is like he's standing at the 3-point line and shooting. He shouldn't do anything.
I
else.
doubt he's gonna play much. I don't see him playing more than like
10 minutes a game.
Yeah.
Well, what's their lineup? Who's their five that they run out there? Like in not like to start the game, but like in a crucial spot. Who's the five?
I think
they put out
Malik
there?
Monk is gonna be.
Me too.
I think yeah. I mean, I think that
Monk
was.
will be out there.
He'll be like the 2.
Well, all right. So it's Westbrook, LeBron, AD. Obviously, who are the other two that they throw with them?
Probably Dwight.
I don't because how do you space the floor then?
just their best guys out there at the floor at the same time. I think AD and Dwight work very good together.
So Dwight's going to stand under the rim. Westbrook's going to stand at the 3-point line, and no one's going to guard him. At that point, where's your?
That's
offense?
what I mean. They don't space the floor. That's why Buddy Hield would have been a lot better. They're going to be really, really good. They're going to run you up and down the floor like hell. But
do they want to? They really want to play fast?
That's kind of the makeup of what the team is right now.
LeBron's in year 50.
I know, which is why I don't know why Westbrook was the trade and you didn't go out and get the shooter that's Buddy Hield.
Like LeBron is so old. Like people talk about it, and he's like, oh well, he's like Brady. Like he just like it's not even close. It's not like the same thing. Not the same sport. Not the same skill set. Obviously, LeBron is way more athletic. Like LeBron, it's almost harder for LeBron to be doing what he's doing at this age because of how demanding basketball is.
Didn't he lead the league in assists last year?
Yeah, and he's going to lead it again this year.
He will.
Yeah. Not with Westbrook there. Westbrook will love to get a triple-double every game.
No, I don't think he
Westbrook
will.
is going to be more of the scorer, though.
Westbrook
I think LeBron's going to be more
Westbrook
of the
won't
facilitator.
average a triple-double on this team. He'll maybe average still 10 assists, but the rebounds obviously will not.
I just don't know. Like,
So who beats
if
them
Westbrook
in the
is
West?
down there trying to get rebounds,
here's the thing I've been thinking about. The superior conference, I think by far right now, is the Eastern Conference.
Antonio's like, no.
Name your top 5 in the West right now. Kawhi Leonard's out the whole season. Think about that too.
Lakers, Nuggets. Let me look at the teams because I can't remember all of them.
Not Dallas.
I think you have to put Dallas in the
I
top
don't know
5.
about that.
In the top 5?
Yeah. Golden State.
Yeah. Okay, like what's your point then about them being worse?
Because I think they're the teams in the East are far superior.
Top to bottom.
I'm saying top 5 teams in the West versus top 5 teams in the East. The East is definitely the better conference.
Maybe top 2.
If Philly gets rid of Ben Simmons, they're going to be way better.
All right, hold on. Ready? Give me your top 5 in the West. I want to.
I'm good with Philly.
Let me hear you.
I'm not the biggest Philly guy, but I've said the whole time the problem is Ben Simmons.
Suns, Nuggets, Golden State, Lakers. Suns.
You just said Suns twice.
Okay.
He put Suns twice.
Mavs, Jazz.
Probably the Mavs or the Jazz. Yes.
Okay.
None of those teams.
Nets, Bucks. Who they just signed Kyle Lowry and Victor Oladipo and multiple other people. I don't know. The 76ers, if they do something with Ben Simmons, I don't like Ben Simmons.
When the Nuggets are healthy, I think that's a team that can go to the finals and maybe win it. But if Jamal Murray didn't get hurt this year, that was my pick to go to the finals.
I don't think they can make the finals.
They can make the finals.
How?
They are a damn good team.
How?
I don't
know. Their roster, they have a great roster. They do great on offense. They have 2 stars.
Are they an NBA title competing roster?
I mean, are you just saying that because it's the Nuggets or?
Well, a little bit of both.
Yeah.
All right. So
you're just mad because you're like 70 because you like the Nuggets.
He definitely loves Jokic. You're definitely a huge Jokic guy.
I mean, he's not like one of my favorite players in the league, but he's very good.
I don't know. I
like Murray better than I do Jokic.
Who's the Lakers threat out west? Is my point. The Suns. Okay. Well, they took
the Warriors are. I think so.
I don't know if the Warriors instantly get back to where they were.
They don't have to.
Are we
100%?
There's a lot of 100% sold on Klay Thompson coming back and just fitting right back in? And
I'm not.
It might take a little bit of time. I don't think he will average.
I say they're like an 8 or 7 seed.
That's ridiculous.
No,
they're a top 5 team in the West.
Well, you think
100%.
Klay comes in off of both?
He's
ACLs?
not averaging less than 20.
Do we think that they should have traded those pairs for someone?
Maybe not.
I mean, if they get Ben Simmons, I think the conversation changes because
the door is still open for a trade.
They're not going to require much out of Ben Simmons.
Simmons going there. Well, if I'm a Warriors fan, no.
Isn't he just better Draymond Green?
Ben Simmons. Yeah.
What was that? I mean, like,
but here's the thing.
Here's the thing with Ben Simmons going to the Warriors. He doesn't have to be the guy.
So ready?
In Philly, he had to be the guy.
Someone explain to me what Ben Simmons' best qualities are. Passing.
They just better not rely
defending, rebounding. Okay. If you throw him with Golden State, what do they need? Defending, rebounding.
This is what they wanted Kelly Oubre to do.
I just hate him, and I like the Warriors.
This is what they wanted Kelly Oubre to do.
The thing is, if I'm Golden State, I would have traded Draymond, and a pick, and Andrew Wiggins for Ben Simmons.
I would
that.
not give up
No,
Andrew
I would
Wiggins
not
for
give
Ben
up that
Simmons.
much for Ben Simmons.
That's way too much for Ben Simmons.
I give up 4 warm gummy bears for Ben Simmons.
2 of those first round picks.
Am I missing something?
All right.
Ben Simmons is bad.
No,
That's
he's
what you're
not
missing.
good. Do you remember?
And everyone knows
Is Andrew
now.
Wiggins good? What?
No, but
I think he's
Draymond's
better
good.
than
You're
Ben
not giving up
Simmons.
Draymond. I'd say picks and Andrew Wiggins, yes.
Draymond's old.
Not
dude.
Andrew Wiggins. I'd rather have Andrew Wiggins than Ben Simmons. I think he's better.
I'm all set with Draymond.
Why? No, Draymond is like the piece. You need Draymond.
That's what Ben Simmons is going to turn into.
No, I disagree.
I think that's exactly.
Ben Simmons plays small forward.
Ben Simmons is the Carson Wentz
That's where
of the NBA.
that's kind of what was spot on the floor was ish. It's not even positions anymore.
Ben Simmons is the Carson Wentz of the NBA.
You might be right.
He doesn't do anything.
I don't.
He
know.
doesn't do anything yet. Everyone's like Ben Simmons.
I don't know. Does he not play defense and rebound?
Did you see what was the trade that they requested?
Oh, it was ridiculous.
And they
I would never
immediately
in a
declined it.
million
It
years
was
do that.
Wiggins and Wiseman and 2 1s and something else.
Yeah, it was Wiggins,
Was
Wiseman.
it Clay?
No,
it
not
was
Clay.
something ridiculous.
No, it is ridiculous. Wiggins, Wiseman, right? Wiseman, I think is going to be a very good center.
7.
Yeah, why would they give up their
The
first round
7th
pick?
and 14th pick. I think asking for one of those first round picks after asking for those 2 is a lot for
I
Ben
laughed
Simmons.
really hard
I did too.
when I saw that the proposed trade, and I was so happy that the Warriors declined it immediately.
I mean, yeah, there's no like discussion there.
I hope whoever like called like from the office, like from 76ers, I hope he got laughed at. Like I hope it was like an office call with that phone in the middle.
And it was
like,
on speaker.
And it was on speaker, and he asked for the trade. And they just
Imagine
started
being
laughing.
Ben Simmons, seeing that like on the internet too. Warriors immediately decline this, and this, and seeing everybody roasting the trade.
I feel like whenever we talk NBA, my opinion is so far different than both of your opinions.
Have we been right about the NBA?
Probably not.
The NBA is so like a circus that it just doesn't matter.
I don't know. I don't see why Ben Simmons isn't like the perfect fit with Golden State. But like
he is, but
why would you play Ben Simmons and Draymond Green together? That's my point.
because Draymond could teach Ben Simmons a lot more than what like just trading him for would be. I don't think if you're Golden State, you do not get rid of Draymond at this point in time.
I don't know why. So if you're telling me I can, so I don't want Andrew Wiggins on my team if I'm Golden State. Like he does nothing for me.
Because Ben Simmons is more of like the point guard, like handling the ball.
All right. Steph Curry's great off the ball.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's
That's
great
what I'm
off the
saying.
ball.
Like
That's-
if Clay isn't what we think he is when he comes back, Ben Simmons is perfect. But you're saying he's like Draymond. Draymond's not a point guard.
Yeah, he is. He brings the ball up the court a lot. He does.
He's right. He does.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I
he
don't think you
does.
need. I don't think you need him to do.
Especially in
if
those
you
finals,
Need him,
he was-
If you need him to do that, sure, but you don't need him to do that.
That's my whole point, though. So put him on the best. So the best offensive player on the other team, you put Ben Simmons on. You can play him with a small lineup. You can play with a big lineup.
Get rid of Draymond to get Ben Simmons. You don't have to.
Okay,
If you're saying they're the
I
same.
don't think you would have to either.
okay. Obviously, you don't have to, but if I'm them, that's the trade I would make. If
I
that's
think Andrew Wiggins.
if
and
that's
picks,
the
yes.
if that's the sticking point, sure, whatever. Like
I think-
Wiggins, a pick, and something else. I
in
don't care.
Philadelphia, I think would be dumb enough to take that.
I think those 2 first round picks, to me, that's a good trade. Those 2 first round picks. And Ben
Well,
Simmons.
it's so
I'm
much
not
clear
giving
that
up Ben
Philly
Simmons
is
for
like
that.
trying to get the most that
Or,
they possibly can.
I'm not giving up Andrew Wiggins for that. And I'm not giving up James Wiseman.
Well,
for that.
it's too late for them to make a trade now, I think, because they already took 2 players, and it's like, does Philly even like the 2 players that they drafted? We don't know that.
I think if they keep Ben Simmons, it's a mistake.
Well, as far as I know, at least I read today that
do too.
he's not talking to the Sixers right now.
Yeah, he's.
Well,
tied
I
with
saw
the
something
Sixers
today.
because they've given up on him, which I understand. But like, you can't really be mad at it. You suck.
The report today was Ben Simmons reportedly open to joining the Warriors.
Yeah,
I saw a lot of funny comments on
But
that
they've
saying
already proposed a trade that the
That's-
Warriors were like, no.
that's what I mean. I'm like, I saw the comments saying like, "Wow, I hope the Warriors aren't open to training for Ben Simmons." Like Warriors fans
And like, no,
commenting
like,
this.
in Ben Simmons saying that has really no merit on it because it's like,
No
it's
merit.
not up to you, Ben. It's not.
If I'm the Warriors, I'd be like, okay, cool.
Ben, I'm sorry, like, you're open to the Warriors. That's cool. But
Like,
like,
glad
it's not
you're
up
open
to
to
you.
this.
It's not up to you. The Sixers own you. You can't do anything about it. They could trade you to Sacramento, and you have to deal with it.
I mean, you've been underwhelming your whole 5 or 6 years in the NBA. I don't think you have a choice in the matter of where you're going at this point.
And I don't think
I didn't see the stardom coming out of college either.
Them trying to get like outrageous trades for him is going to help his ego any because he sucks.
Well, if you're the 76ers, his value is the absolute lowest it is so far.
That's why I think they're a year removed from when they should have traded him.
They could have fucking James Harden for him. Like, what are you? You're asleep at the wheel.
He got really exposed this year. Now everyone knows he sucks.
Last year, I wouldn't have traded James Harden. They would have given up more than just Ben Simmons, but even last year, I wouldn't have done that.
Okay. All right. So you're giving up picks and another like player.
Do you agree that it's 1 year too late?
So hold on. You're telling me I can give up a couple of other bench pieces and a first round pick or a couple of first round picks and replace Ben Simmons with James Harden and
no, I mean just not that. Obviously, straight up.
Oh no, I know. There's definitely other parts involved, but that was Nolan's right. That was the time to trade him. There was no reason not to take that deal, and they were like, "No, we're gonna keep trying this." It's like,
and then they had such a good thing going, and Ben Simmons kind of ruined it.
Yeah,
they blew it against the Atlanta Hawks.
Honestly,
they blew it. I couldn't believe it.
I did not think they were losing that game, but
me neither. Yet they lost it.
Yeah, they're the Sixers.
And then you look at it and you're like, I'm actually not surprised.
Obviously,
that was awesome.
Obviously, you can't blame the coaching, but Doc Rivers a bad coach.
He might be washed.
Not a great coach.
He might be just still be living in his like. So he came off winning a championship with the Celtics. Coach there was really good. Then went to the Clippers. Had Chris Paul and Blake Griffin. They were kind of like exciting, whatever, like
blew a 3-1 lead to Houston.
I was going to say that's when the choke reputation came along.
And then now it's like
then he blew a 3-1 lead in the bubble.
Yep,
that's true. Yeah, he might just be a choke artist.
I don't know.
But I don't. Here's the thing, though. I don't know if I necessarily put it all on him.
Oh no, I'm not saying that it's his fault, but
I'm just saying. What does he do differently? He's playing the same players that got you the 3 wins.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Ben Simmons is not you just gotta find. I feel like if you put the right team around him, like Golden State's the right team around him, or if you put him with like,
he just has to go in a situation almost like Alonzo Ball, where he doesn't have to be the guy. He doesn't have to be the guy.
He doesn't have to be the guy.
If he goes and quietly gets 5 points and 19 assists,
like Minnesota, like put him on Minnesota.
Like that's when they go, oh, okay, cool. Like they're not like you should be scoring 30.
Minnesota calls up the 76ers and says, I'll trade you D'Angelo Russell for Ben Simmons. You do it or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's how low his stock is.
Ugh, I would say no, but like I don't know. I could see you saying like I could definitely see.
But I think they're also just desperate to get rid of Ben Simmons. I think they're ready to move on with Ben Simmons. Honestly, they could just say fuck it and just get a shit ton of picks for Ben Simmons and not even get anything.
But then what do? You just start rebuilding?
I was gonna say you got Embiid.
Well, you still have Embiid.
What's like in his prime right now?
But now what is Embiid probably wants out at that point because they're not winning a title.
I don't think they're winning a title.
Yeah, I was gonna say
just a bad
not
team.
winning a title.
Bad team with bad coaching. It's just a cursed situation. So you might as well tear it all down before it gets real ugly.
Fair. I mean, like
a lot
honestly.
of it's
crazy
teams,
to me that they were the 1 seed last year. I had no confidence.
A lot of teams hold on to the nostalgia, and then when it comes time to rebuild, it's too late.
So who do we think is the most improved team this offseason? I think it's the Bulls.
I was gonna say the Bulls or the Heat.
I just really liked what the Bulls did. Like you talk about like a 5 that can compete with like any team in the league. All right, Lonzo's not everyone's favorite, but I like
they're
Lonzo.
gonna be the Knicks of last year.
I think they can go to the conference finals. I think that's like their ceiling.
I'm saying like in terms of like the surprise factor.
Oh yeah,
Zach LaVine is awesome.
Zach LaVine's like a 30-point scorer. All right, put him with DeRozan. Put him with
Lauri Markkanen's a pretty good player.
They have Vucevic. Like everyone forgot about that.
Vucevic was really good on Orlando.
Yeah, like they got a solid team. I think DeRozan's kind of a weird sort of fit with that team, but at the same time, he scored 20 points a game for the last 8 seasons. Like consistent guy that can put the ball in the basket. You can trust in a big spot. He's been in the playoffs 100 times before. He obviously hasn't gotten that far, but he's at least had the experience in the games. Lonzo's up and coming. Zach LaVine's up and coming. Like, you want to talk about teams that are trending up? I think the Bulls are trending straight up in the air. I love what they did. It's
crazy we still think of him as like a newer player. Zach LaVine's been in the year for like
for a while,
like six years at least. But he's
he's
always
better.
over 20 points.
He's gotten better.
And he does get better every single year too.
Yeah, he's quietly gotten a lot better.
Stupid athletic for no reason. Can jump out of the gym.
And now he can shoot.
Yeah.
So they're the most improved.
I would say not by far, but I would definitely say for sure.
I can see that. Yeah, I agree with that.
He made some good moves. You said the Heat too, but Kyle
I like that.
I look at the Heat and the Bulls. Like the Bulls have sucked for a long ass time, and like now they finally have like the good group. Like Miami just made a run to the finals. You know what I mean? So like they already had a high expectation. Like the Bulls don't have a high expectation, but now they're getting the guys that can play.
I respect really Kyle Lowry, but he's like one of my least favorite players to watch.
He's like the least exciting player.
He just runs into he just runs into people and they
call I don't care about Kyle Lowry.
Like Jokic, I really don't. To me, like I hate watching Jokic play.
Jokic is so funny because he just gets his big ass in the middle of the lane and just turns around and shoots it.
There was at one point.
Exciting to me.
There was also at one point where Kyle Lowry kind of had this mark on him as one of the better 3-point shooters in the NBA. I was like, what?
Yeah, like when?
Do you like that move for Miami? Do you think it's like?
I like it because they don't need like I said, they don't need him to be the guy.
No.
Yeah. They also signed Oladipo to a veteran minimum. I don't know that he's playing this year because he blew out his knee last year, but at the same time,
he's been a guy that's kind of been underwhelming.
Well, if he comes back at the end of the year and they can like kind of add him right before the playoffs or something, or like during the playoffs,
that really sucks because that year on the Pacers, he was starting to look like
a problem.
He was so good.
Yeah. I think they are trending up slightly. I don't think that like Kyle Lowry moves the needle enough for that team though. Like they probably lose in like the second round. They're a solid franchise. The Heat.
I think they'll be a 6 or 5 seed for sure.
I can see the Bulls being a 5. If the Knicks were a 4 seed last year, then the Bulls could be a 5-6 seed. The Heat are in that range. The Heat are around 5 to 3.
Yeah, I could see them being a top 4.
Yeah, I easily could too.
Nets didn't really add anyone. I think they added Patty Mills, and that was it. But Patty Mills is a good signing for them for sure. The Heat got PJ Tucker too. Mm-hmm. So that's a subtraction from the Bucks.
True.
I mean, the Bucks aren't
solid contribution guy.
The Bucks aren't probably like starving for PJ Tucker to come back, but at the same time, he definitely helped them.
He's a good player to have.
Yeah, and I think they're gonna be underwhelming this coming year because everyone's so high on them, and they finally. I
think the complete opposite. I think everyone's really low on the Bucks right now. I don't think anyone's like the Bucks are making it back to the finals or
no one's saying
I feel like no one's giving them the respect they deserve.
Oh, okay.
Then
I guess I'm with the contingency because like I don't think like it's like okay they finally got it and then it's like you're not gonna repeat
because everybody's still saying just look at the Nets, come on,
this is gonna be a Toronto situation.
It's so hard not to say the Nets are the best team in the conference. Like
it is.
They easily are. They have the 3 best players in the conference, or 3 of like the top 5 or 6
in the league.
Yeah. So it's like at that point like how do you say they're gonna lose a series? Like how does a team beat them 4 out of 7 times? Like The Bucks beat them, and that was with Harden on one leg and Kyrie on the bench. Like,
but then it comes down to can they still stay healthy? Can they?
Health is always a question for every team, but
and in basketball especially.
At the same time, like I don't know, could they beat the Nets again? I think Giannis gives them serious problems. Like. I think
they do. They can't guard them. They're horrible on defense.
They are one of the worst defensive teams in the league.
That's why I still think they don't win the finals this year. Teams that bad on defense just don't win the finals.
Did you also say the Lakers aren't winning the finals?
Yeah. I got some thinking to do.
So who do you think makes it there then?
I don't know. I said I got some thinking to do.
I guess it is kind of too early to.
It definitely is way too early, but like
when we get closer.
Yeah, we don't need to make a finals pick.
Well, I'm not looking for a finals prediction, but just like who's on your radar? You just said the Nuggets.
No, I said the Lakers aren't winning.
I know. I'm saying like
they can make it.
Who's winning? Like on your, I'm not asking you to pick right now who's winning, but like on your radar. If you're saying the Nets and the Lakers aren't winning.
They're not.
So. The Bucks, the Heat.
Well, I mean, they're like. I mean, I guess you say on the radar. Yeah, I guess they're on the radar, but like, the Bucks can still do it. I think the Nuggets can make it. You hate that. You really hate that.
I don't think the Nuggets can win the title.
They're easily top 3 team in the West.
Sure, they are. They are like in the regular season and for a round or two. Yeah, agree. Get to the second or third round. I just don't think. To me,
when you're that bad on defense like the Nets, it gets you at some point. No team has ever been that bad on defense and won a championship.
What about you?
Ever.
Do you think Denver's better than Utah?
I do. Yeah,
they're so similar.
They're so similar. They're like the same team.
They're literally like the same team. It's like Donovan Mitchell is their Jokic. I don't hate Rudy Gobert the person, but Rudy Gobert the player is just so awful to watch. Cannot touch the ball. Doesn't do anything.
It's the same thing with like Jokic. I hate watching Jokic play.
Ugh.
I hate watching Rudy Gobert play. But like they're good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're good.
They're solid players.
But Jokic is a lot better than Gobert.
Jokic is better than Gobert because he's more athletic and he can
Jokic kind of
somehow just like makes these shots and you're like, what the fuck?
Jokic literally like takes Gobert's pants down and slaps him every time they play. Like,
that's not even close.
Spanking.
I mean, if you're talking about teams that I think can win the title, I definitely think it's like Lakers versus Nets, but like the Bucks,
still in there.
The Bucks can,
everyone wants.
The Suns can't. I don't think this. So this is a hot take. I don't think the Suns come anywhere close to what they did this season. I think they're a first round and out next year.
I don't think that's not hard. I don't think that's not hard at all to see next year, but they're definitely up there. They're top 5.
I just think they played way over their skis this year.
Oh, what do we? This is an
I think so
interesting
too,
team.
but I think next year they don't come close to that, but they don't like achieve that, but they come close.
The Grizzlies and the Pelicans are slowly. I feel
there's definitely a team. Yeah, there's definitely a team in the Western Conference that's going to come out of nowhere. I don't think it's the Pelicans.
Grizzlies are very good.
I definitely could see the Grizzlies taking a step forward this year.
I think the Pelicans can make. They'll probably make a step and make the playoffs this year. The Grizzlies.
At some point, Zion's gotta because Zion is really good and he was playing really good last year. No one wanted to talk about it.
It's because the team wasn't as great, but they still had a chance to make the playoffs.
It sucks that they were like so mediocre because Zion was playing so good.
Mm-hmm.
Zion was averaging like close to 30 points a game.
They literally had Anthony Davis trying to build a team around him, and then Anthony Davis is like, "Yeah, your franchise sucks. Like you don't know what you're doing."
Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins.
So then they obviously traded away Anthony Davis. Full rebuild. You got another star, and now it's just the same story. Part 2. You can't put a team around him.
So when does Zion leave?
At the end of his rookie contract. So 2 years from now or 3 years from now.
I don't want to wait that long. I really don't.
Well, it's not like
if I'm Zion, I don't want to wait that long.
Well, it's not like New Orleans is going to trade him.
No.
You would be ridiculous to trade him.
That's like their building piece that they want to build around.
So this is, it's not going to sound crazy, but
no one's going to go to New Orleans and play.
Oh, no. I could see him going to Dallas and playing with Luka.
Oh, my
That would be
goodness.
so good. Ooh.
I would like that a lot. Luka and Zion.
Luka's so good.
I love watching him. He is ridiculous.
Why does he just drops so many points, rebounds, and assists, and you're just sitting there
he's
like you'll sit there and watch the whole game and like not even like notice really that like how many assists and rebounds he gets.
Then they'll put the stat line on the bottom. They'll be they'll be like Luka 38, 12, and 10, and
you like look around. And you're like,
I feel like I look at his stat line every night, and it says that he bodies kids, man. He is like people just don't realize
like
how big he is.
He might win MVP next year.
He's like
I hope he does.
24.
Can we never get Kristaps, please?
Like I think
too. I've seen enough.
We don't need that. I've seen enough.
I've seen enough. It's a no for me.
Yeah, I've definitely seen enough of Kristaps to be.
I was pretty excited when they traded for him. Like, yeah, him and Luka, and they started off pretty well together, and then he got hurt again, and just wasn't there.
All right, let's pivot. I want to talk about something that came out today.
Lionel Messi.
Yeah, Lionel Messi is gonna leave Barcelona. Now, this was something that was very confusing to me because a couple weeks ago I saw I don't know if it was a tweet or whatever, but it was like Messi to take pay cut to help Barcelona like sign players. I'm not well versed enough in the whole European soccer. Like obviously it's different with every league, but I don't know what La Liga has in terms of like I know that they have a certain amount that they can't go past in terms of paying players. It's not a cap, but it's like they have a certain limit. And then they have the whole thing with transfers and all this other stuff. I thought that they had agreed to something. And then I think maybe today was the day. Like it was like, oh, it's the trade, it's the like trade deadline or whatever, the signing day. And then he was just like, sorry, nah, I don't want to.
Well, I mean, if they came up to him and said, "Hey, yeah, so you're making like 150 million a year, like the last 4 seasons, yeah, we want you to take 50." It's like, if I'm him, why would I do that?
But it's crazy if he agreed to it and then went back and said no.
Well, you know what? He's probably so spiteful of Barcelona that I wouldn't be surprised that he did that.
Because we've talked about this in the past where he was very spiteful and like it was never official that he was going to leave, but everyone was like, "Oh, he's leaving," but then he just didn't leave, and then they went on and
same thing with Aaron Rodgers leaving Green Bay. I will believe it when I see it.
Okay.
I mean the way they're reporting it is he's not coming back, and like there have been
I want to try to remember, but I think that's how they reported it last time.
They did. They did.
They reported him going to another team last time, didn't they? Didn't they report?
No, I don't think.
They said they were heavily linked with Man City.
Yeah,
but it wasn't like that. It was a done deal or anything like that. They literally said he's not signing a new contract. At that point, he's a free agent. He can sign with whatever team he wants to.
Yeah, he is free too because his contract is up. So it's not like it's a transfer situation.
Realistically, there are not many teams that can afford him. So he either goes to...
Unless he takes less money for somewhere he wants to play.
Well, no, I don't think he does that. Just because, like, why would you? Why would you take a 50 or 75% pay cut when you don't have to?
I don't think he goes to PSG.
I hope to God he doesn't.
I think he will. I really do.
I get the whole reunited with Neymar type thing.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's more or less, all right, if you're him... And you want to give yourself the best opportunity. I don't want to say to rack up stats, but
it all comes down to Champions League at the end of the day.
I know. I don't want to see him on PSG.
They added Ramos, they added Donnarumma, they added Hakimi. They still have Mbappe. They still have Neymar. They add Messi to that team. It's like what don't they have?
Donnarumma.
Yeah, dude. Like, and they have they still have what's his face too, Kimpembe. So it's like their defense is solid, their midfield solid. They still have Verratti and what's his face? Donaghy from I forgot what club he came from, but two good holding midfielders, and then you put those three up top, and it's just like
I literally think Man City is the only team that makes sense to me.
Well, going back with Pep, it's like that obviously
not just
makes
that,
sense.
but it's like it's going to the Premier League. I think he really wants to go to the Premier League.
I hope he does. That'd be awesome.
If he goes to Man City, put Ronaldo on Man United.
I love you.
Like, come on. And like everyone would be like, "Whoa, Man City, Man United!"
Because they play a bunch of times a year, and everyone gets to see it because, which is crazy too. Because La Liga just got that deal with ESPN too.
Oh, ew!
So if he leaves La Liga, oh my God, they're pissed. No one's watching.
Who?
They only were watching for him.
Messi.
They're not gonna go watch Atletico with Griezmann.
Ugh.
They're not. It doesn't pull the same way Messi does.
He's going to be so good this year.
Yeah, he's good every year.
No, he's not. He's been bad with Barcelona.
Who?
Griezmann.
Yeah, but they're not tuning in to see
Oh no.
Luis Suarez play.
I'm just saying
Atletico.
It's going to be funny because they're going to get rid of Griezmann and then he's going to go score like 25 goals with that.
I like that. I like Griezmann back at Atletico. They were always like,
and like they're not, and Luis Suarez is there. Like they're not tuning in to see Luis Suarez play
unless he's biting people. But
Luis Suarez.
But then it's a clip on Twitter.
So you say City. Where do you think he goes, Antonio? Or you think he stays in Barcelona?
I think he'll end up back in Barcelona.
I saw something interesting too. People on Twitter were saying he goes to Inter.
No,
oh my God!
No shot.
I would be the biggest Messi fan if he went to Inter Milan.
So literally no shot.
Inter Milan is my favorite Italian team.
If he went to a team in Italy, that would be my new team.
I say 0.0% chance he ends up in Italy. It's either PSG.
No, probably not. Because he wouldn't join Ronaldo.
It's one. I think it's one of four teams.
Ronaldo wants to leave Juve, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense at all. But whatever. Ronaldo can do whatever he wants. He's a billionaire, so he can do whatever he wants.
It's PSG, Man City, Man United, and I'm only saying this because they won.
Never goes to Man United.
You never know.
Ever.
Chelsea would
If you're saying
awesome.
he never goes to Inter, he never goes to Man U.
Why not?
Because Ronaldo did that. Ronaldo's been there.
What, 15 years ago?
Yeah.
It's not like he's following it. It's not like Ronaldo just left.
Just for the simple fact that Ronaldo was there, I bet.
All right, so...
No, and yeah.
All right, so City, PSG, or Chelsea because they won the Champions League. I could see any of those three.
Wow. Messi playing with Pulisic.
Chelsea would be sick.
Why not? Honestly, why not?
And then, I hate everyone on Twitter that doesn't understand soccer. They're saying he wants to go to, or they want him to go to the MLS.
Oh,
Shut the fuck up.
I really hope not.
Shut the fuck up.
All I'm
Messi
saying,
going to the MLS would be the worst thing.
He wouldn't, but if he went, no, it would be the best thing ever because he would score 800 goals a season.
No, it's
how many
just
people
like
in the
he's
U.S.
too
would
good.
start watching like
It's a cheat code.
MLS too?
If they instantly wanted U.S. soccer to explode, that would be what would happen.
Well,
but
you
it's never
ever see him, or you ever see him? You ever see like just like a regular season MLS game?
Sometimes they're exciting. Sometimes.
Well, yeah, but they'll be like 3-3, and it's like literally the worst defending you've ever seen.
Yeah. I mean, it's all
it's
South American players.
It's high school soccer. They boom the ball up the field, they head it to somebody, and then they try playing a through ball.
It's all South American players. That's how they play.
Yeah, it's like the most direct football.
Yeah. It's all South American. A lot of Mexican players.
Ronaldo and Messi come together.
Never.
If he goes to Juve.
Ew, dude, that would be
no.
gross.
I mean, like they both come to the MLS.
They would go to Inter Miami.
I think when they're 50,
No, I mean, like, not to play
50,
together.
Maybe when they're like what Zlatan did, what Ibra did.
Yeah, when they're old,
it's so hard to picture him in a different jersey. I just don't know.
It is.
It is because like this is like Tom Brady leaving the Patriots. Maybe even bigger on terms of a worldwide scale.
Well, I think it's bigger. Well, obviously, like soccer's bigger than.
It's not like Ronaldo going to Juve because Ronaldo left Man U to go to Real, then left Real to go to Juve.
You got to think too. Like he's been there since he was what 12 or 10, like with the youth academy.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So he's what 31 now. He's literally spent
34.
Half his life there. More than half
his life there. So it's like he's been a lifer at that club, and it's like now they're basically
been a quarter of a century.
They're telling him to not fuck off, but like, hey, like we need you to take less money. And it's like, again, if I'm Messi, I have no reason to take less money. I've only produced. I've only been a good soldier. I've only stayed here the whole entire time. Why am I taking less money for you? Like at that point,
yeah. Why not tell Griezmann to fuck off? Why not tell someone else to fuck off?
And it's only because of bad business that they've done. They've done so many bad.
So fucking these top teams like the Man Cities, the Reals, the Man U's to some extent, Liverpool. Like they're all so money hungry and money greedy that what?
You could go to Liverpool. I didn't even think of that.
Liverpool.
No. Why not?
Because that just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Man City makes way more sense.
I know it makes way more sense, but like Liverpool's up there. They've got the wages to pay them.
I know, but it's just I don't know. That just wouldn't happen. But like all these teams are so money hungry that they get too money hungry and they get caught. Like how many times have we seen like these like top FIFA guys and UEFA guys get like
Barcelona literally might go under. Like their finances are so bad. Like if Messi leaves, like they are so screwed.
Yeah.
No, I'm dead serious. Like they are so far in debt, and they need like Messi's revenue every year to like catch up, basically. So if Messi walks out the door, they don't have like the incoming.
And a lot
money.
of Barca fans will leave.
I wouldn't blame them. You literally screwed up the best player.
Well, it's like
Probably to ever play soccer. I like Ronaldo better, but realistically, Messi's a better player.
I mean, like I look at both of them as like just crazy. Like it's just
You'll
like,
never see two players like that in the same generation again.
exactly like it's two Michael Jordans playing the same sport.
Literally.
It's like if Charles Barkley was like on the same level as Jordan.
No, it's literally like if LeBron.
It's like
and
Magic
Michael
and Larry
Jordan,
Bird.
It's like Michael Jordan and LeBron playing at the same time.
Yeah. It's like Larry Bird and Magic, to be honest.
So I don't know. It's kind of wait and see at this point. I gun to my head. I think he goes to PSG.
I say Man City. Where do you go?
he stays.
Okay,
They pay him.
I like that. What else have we missed?
Baseball. Okay. A little baseball.
Don't got a lot of time, but
Well, I mean,
your Yankees made a bunch of moves.
they did make a bunch of moves. At first, I really, really hated the Gallo trade because we've heard me talk about it a million times. I can't stand, the whole two. I normally say, 240 hit home runs or strike out every time, but no, he hits 220, and hits home runs. But looking deeper into that, they didn't give up shit to get him. Not even a top 10 prospect. He's top 10 in the league in on base percentage. It's pretty good. He's a great fielder too. He can play spots in the infield. He's played first base before. He's an athletic outfielder. He's got a good arm. They also didn't give up any top 10 prospects to get Rizzo either. And that has so far really worked out. All three of those Cubs look awesome on their new teams. I love the Rizzo trade. They needed left-handed bats. The Yankees look like they're trending up right now, finally. every time they have trended up, they end up running into the Red Sox and getting their shit slapped.
I think it's so funny that like
which is interesting too because ever since these moves that the Yankees made, everyone's been low on the Red Sox, and I really don't understand what they've lost
6 out of 7 right now.
They've lost 6 out of 7, but like
I think. See, here's
they're
my
still 1 game back.
Here's my thing. I still think that say if Tampa, Boston, and the Yankees all make the playoffs, I think the Yankees and Tampa are more built for a deep playoff run, mostly because of the Red Sox.
I only agree with you if we don't get Chris Sale back.
That's what I mean. They didn't add.
They're gonna get Chris
They
Sale
didn't
back.
add a significant starting pitcher.
Videos of him pitching in the minors.
I love that your season's like starting to get back on track, and then Derek Cole gets COVID.
Oh yeah, I know. Our $330 million man, but whatever.
And the Rays lose Glass now.
Antonio. He's not good since the spider tag.
No.
He's
had 2 really good starts and about 3 not so good starts.
No, he's had like 4 or 5 bad starts.
Yeah. I don't get me started. Did the Yankees really spend a ridiculous contract on another cheater?
Well, him and Stan, bro. Why throw
Stanton?
Why throw
him out?
Why throw Stan a strike?
He doesn't do anything.
Why throw him a strike? He swings that balls 10 feet out in front of him.
So does Gary Sanchez. They should have got rid of him at the trade deadline.
They should have got rid of one or the other.
He's fat.
Gary is fat.
Stan is lost. Like he's literally in the middle of the sea without like any sort of life jacket right now.
See, funny
Which
thing.
is so weird because
last year
it
he was
almost
crushing home runs.
Yeah, and even like those years in Miami where he like it seemingly like
oh my god, when he won
a home run every
when he won MVP, there was one point in the season where Stanton was batting .330, and this wasn't in like the first few months. This was like halfway into the season.
Like, at least once a night he was hitting a ball 600 feet.
Mm-hmm.
He hit 59 shots that year. That was awesome. That was Judge's rookie year also.
That was crazy. And then he comes to the Yankees. He has a solid
he had
year.
amazing
Not
years
crazy. He
before
got
that, too.
hurt. And then they pay him all this money.
Some people just can't handle New York, and
They
I'm not.
can't,
I'm
and
not
it
saying he's like a
sucks.
mental midget, but it's like it's just kind of like
New York
he's
is so
different.
bright. Like in terms of where he came from, like Miami Marlins is nothing.
Do you think it has anything to do with the fact that he's not playing the field? Like, should he be playing the field more? Because I've heard that too.
You know, and I really hate to be paying a guy that much to be DHing every night. I really do. He's got a great arm also.
I don't know why you want to say. I mean, like,
It's because they have too many outfielders. They still have Aaron Hicks.
ew.
But why?
Ew, dude, ew.
They still have Brett Gardner.
They do still have Brett Gardner, and you know what? They
He
got
has
rid
the
of
widest neck of any human.
They
I've
got
ever
rid of
seen.
Ottavino to make room to bring back Brett Gardner, and Ottavino has pitched pretty damn good on the Red Sox this year.
Can we talk about how the Dodgers are just like
Fuck the Dodgers. I
Like-
still love Max Scherzer.
how
the
do they
Dodgers.
like? I don't want to say how do they get away with it, but like they just trade for everybody. They're a good player. Oh, the Dodgers will trade for him. It's like what? They trade
know
for
what?
they trade for Scherzer. And
I
Trey
applaud them
Turner.
for that because they never settle.
I was gonna say I hate him, but they go for it. They're a team that knows that they can
They
win a
never
championship,
settle.
so they're going for it.
They're like, yeah, we may have a championship roster right now, but like if we have Max Scherzer, we have a way better chance.
I'm still
Max
gonna root-
Scherzer, Walker Buehler, Clayton Kershaw. That is your 3 in a playoff series.
And if you have
Did they
Max
just-
Scherzer,
did
it
they-
takes
did
a
they
lot
just
off
pick up
Clayton
Cole
Kershaw.
Hamels?
Yeah, like why? Why? I guess to eat up innings until the playoffs, but that's
Think about this
disgusting.
too. Like if you have Max Scherzer, that takes a lot off Clayton Kershaw.
Of course it does, and Bueller. But I mean, Scherzer's still
And
like
it's all about taking the heat off Clayton Kershaw. Like it doesn't matter.
Do you remember when we were at Allen's house and I bet 2 home runs in 1 inning? And
That
then
was awesome.
Soto and Rendon went back to back, and we were like, "Oh my god, Kershaw!"
That was one of my that was one of my favorite games ever.
There's no way they blow this again.
No,
right?
no. That's not what we were saying. We remember it was like the Dodgers bat, and then like obviously it went to commercial, and we're all just like talking. And
Yeah,
we're like,
I remember you
no,
looked at Allen and you were like,
No, I was like, "There's no way they bring Kershaw back out here." And Antonio was like, "No, they can't. Like, there's no way." And then it comes back on, and Kershaw's out there, and I was like,
how
You
did
were
they
like,
do that?
they're
Was
hitting a
Soto
home
and Rendon do up?
"Oh yeah."
Are you kidding?
and I think you were like,
The
you're
heart
like,
of the
no,
lineup.
Washington's winning this game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
they were down. They were down like 2-1 or 3-1.
that was one of my favorite games ever.
Oh yeah,
watched.
that was game.
That was
That was game
awesome.
5. Right?
It was,
was.
so
Yeah.
it was almost like it was scripted. It was almost like it was. Supposed
And then
to happen.
Howie Kendrick comes up and
The grand slam.
Oh my god, smacked one in the 10th. Literally smacked one. The crowd was stunned. They were just sitting there like,
No, I'm still gonna. I hate the Dodgers. I'm still gonna root for Scherzer. Dude's just so electric. I love watching him.
"What
pitch.
happened?" So this is another one that I have to go back and find. What happened that we were sitting here recording one podcast and we are talking about football, and the Nationals were playing, I think, the Cardinals in the NLCS, and I was like, someone's about to hit a home run, and then like we talked for another second, and then someone hit a home run.
No, Antonio. I remember what you're talking about. It was Juan Soto, and Juan Soto came up, and I think Antonio like looked. I don't know if we were recording yet. I don't know if we were recording, but I think it might have been after. And he looks at you, goes, "Does Juan Soto hit a home run here?" And you go, "No, but he hits one later." And he hit one later. He hit one his like next at bat.
Yeah, no, we were definitely recording when it happened.
When you said that, I think we were recording. But then after we were done recording, he hit a home run.
Oh, I gotta find that. That's so funny.
I don't remember when it was. It was when they were in that playoff run. But I don't.
We were calling them the team of destiny.
Or was it the World Series?
We were calling the Nationals the team of destiny.
That was when the podcast first started. When we said that the Nationals were the team of destiny the whole entire time, and they were the team, and they beat the cheaters when we didn't even know that they were the cheaters too, which is kind of nuts.
That is awesome.
Game 7, baby.
Those 3 road or every win in that World Series was a road win. Yeah, it was weird, but it was awesome.
I forgot about that.
We're still on the NL West though, so.
The
Giants.
the
Giants, the Pod, those are three best teams in the NL.
Padres don't have the arms to compete with any other team. I mean, they have you Darvish, yes, but like if he's your number one,
Blake Snell has not been it.
He is gross, dude. Blake Snell is not a good pitcher. I'm sorry. Like I know he pitched. So the Rays.
He was on the Rays.
No, the Rays love doing this. People pitch on the Rays, and they
have a great season. They trade him away.
They're Nolan Ryan, and then they get traded.
Chris Archer was great on the Rays.
They
got rid of him, and he was garbage.
I was really sad to hear about Tyler Glasnow.
Me too. That hurts.
Yeah.
I mean, he was far and away probably the side. Oh no, Jacob DeGrom. Sorry, but he also
American League.
Oh yeah, true. He definitely was the American League Cy Young for the first half of the season.
He's another guy that's a blast to watch.
DeGrom's coming back, right?
I think so.
It seems like it. They're just
they
probably
might just
not
be
in any type of rush.
I would if I'm them. Absolutely.
I'd be like, "Come here, Jacob."
It just sucks because he like.
Let's give you a hug.
It was starting to be at the point where
they have
every
tucked in the clubhouse, reading him a bedtime story.
It sucks with that situation though because like it was at the point where I was starting to look at when his starts were, so I was watching him every single time he was pitching. It was just absolutely absurd utter domination.
He was leading the team and like runs batted in. Or no, what was it? What was the crazy stat?
He had more RBIs than earned runs given up.
That's what it was.
I wanted to cry one night, and it was a night that he had an RBI single also. He pitched for 3 innings, and he struck out 8 out of the first 9 batters.
That was when he was like limping. Like he
and then he got hurt.
And then he came. No. He looked all right during the inning, but then he came out of the game.
That's the Braves, I'm pretty sure.
It was. He struck out 8 of the first 9 batters. I was like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And then he came out of the game, and I got so upset.
I think. Well, all right.
What was that other crazy stat too? That he struck out like half of the batters. It was like 50 of the 100 and something players.
50 of his. He struck out 50 of his first like 101 batters this year.
That's like so what the fuck?
No, that's so stupid.
And that was like 3 weeks into the season.
Like literally sit down.
It's not. No,
calm down.
He's not fair.
I think the only 2 teams that can come out of the NL are the Giants or the Dodgers. I don't think anyone else.
But stop. Here's the thing. So the wild card teams in the NL are going to be NL West teams, 100%.
Yeah, the Giants beat the Padres.
Giants are up in the division right now. I still think the Giants win the division. But either way, it's looking like Giants Dodgers in the ALDS.
He's right. I've been saying that the Giants are in
so I keep saying my NL what do you call it? My NLCS prediction is Giants Mets. That's right.
So the playing game plays the Giants?
Yes. Because
that's so stupid.
It's looking like the Brewers and Mets play in the first round. If everything stands as the season goes on.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. On the other side.
Yeah. The Reds are, I want to say the Reds are like.
Oh, the Reds are on fire lately.
They are.
Joey Votto.
They're like 6 games back. I love Joey Votto. He's one of my favorite players. But they're like 6 games back in the division.
Is he like
I think they're 4 games back in wild card to the Padres, but it's looking like things are going to stand as they are in the NL. And I'm a big Mets guy. I know they're not playing very well right now. They're like 56 and 50.
The thing with the Mets is they can just have 2 weeks of losing in a row, and then the Phillies can win the division. Like I can see that.
They
happening.
can.
You love saying the Phillies are going to win the division.
I love the Phillies.
They have a great roster. Their pitching's great. I think they can make
Zach Wheeler and
they
Aaron
could go on a
Nola.
playoff run.
And they traded for Kyle Gibson. I mean, Kyle Gibson's not the best starter, but a third starter on that team. That's fine.
No, you like the Phillies.
I do like the Phillies. I mean, their team is just supposed to be built to actually do something, and they've been very underwhelming the last 3 years.
All right, gentlemen.
Out of time.
Out of time.
Out of time.
Out of mind.
Adios.
We'll see you guys next time.
The next time.